Virginia Tech. And if we're here, you know it's time for Enter Sandman. Today, a clash between a couple of ACC rivals in a game that could have big-time implications for the rest of the season. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Virginia Tech's offense will take the field first. They go to the ground. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. It's Balkinson. Using the quick game. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Got his man quickly. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And the Hokies will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. So NC State's offense will go to work for the first time. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Quarterback on the keeper. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Nice move to keep running. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
These fans touching the figurative Hokie Stone, doing their part to help out on 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gained him.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. So far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Caught behind the line. It's Smith. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Gives it on the option. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. The Hokies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. To the air, it's Balkinson. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down at the 49. And the Hokies are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. It's complete to the left. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. The Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running it to the right. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Throws for the tight end. Complete to the right. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. And the Hokies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Hokies. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, they had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know these guys got some speed, and maybe you give them a cushion and give them some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Off play action on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On on 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Leaves it with the running back. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Back to throw, it's Balkinson. Finds his tight end. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Hokies line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On his way back from the 20. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive, already down 14. Rushes on him. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Flips it out to the back. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
It's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that 1st.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Wants to throw again. Catch in the middle. It's Baptiste. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Takes the easy completion. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They'll run the screen. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Dropping back, it's Balkinson. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
And the Hokies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. Breaks into the open. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. The Hokies with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Here comes the heat. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Complete to the left. There was tight coverage, but a perfect throw and catch, and they've got it at the 9, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting there.
Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Sandman entered earlier, and now they're trying to make it go night-night on this 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He's going to get loose. A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Give to the running back. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Balkinson. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the 1st down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was, so he's outside the tackle boxes, and knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Notre Dame is currently up big at this moment in what's shaping up to be a lopsided affair for the Golden Domers. They're up 14 over USC. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Got his man on the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. NC State quick to the line. To the air on second down. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Now this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. Takes it on the return. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Back to pass, it's Balkinson. Quickly out to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds the tight end. He'll go out of bounds right at the 40-yard line as this offense continues to show great patience.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Motion from the wideout. Here's the handoff. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking downfield very late in the half. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Completes it in the middle. What a player by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down.
Offense facing 4th down.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Blacksburg. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with 1 play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
1 play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it. on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. Line is set on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Makes the grab over the middle. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. So they'll send out the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. And it slips just inside that right upright. That'll close the gap to 14. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pulls it in. It's Smith. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
They'll leave it with him. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Trying play action. On the run, still looking. He'll pull it down.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down. Get some positive yards.
The lone back's got it. Oh, better look out. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Got his man to the left. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Hokies. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Well, when you've got a quarterback that has this type of ability, there's no question what your strategy is going to be week in, week out, right? They want to throw the football. They want to hurt you with their ability to push it downfield through the air. 3 passing TDs in this one already.
Off the play fake on first down. Got his man on the right. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that 1st down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the 1st down marker. Get in there and get it.
Makes a connection. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the 2nd level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
NC State has to come up with a big play here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. A strike downfield. They're able to get him stopped. Shy of the first down marker.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
I know there's a lot of play callers that would try to throw the football there on 4th and 2, but they decided to run it, and that was a great call. First down.
Looking downfield on first down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Wants to fire on second down. Quick strike complete. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They'll run for it on third and short. They got zero push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. The give is to Smith. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. And the Hokies in a good spot here with second and short. The play action fake. Fires to the big fella. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds a man on the right. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking them.
Looking for a man. It's Balkinson. Bringing the heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Hokies will call on their punt team. And they'll just down it right there. Final play of the quarter coming. The give to the back. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. That's it for this period, and it's Virginia Tech on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. From the gun, give on the inside. Follows that surge up front. He's got 5 out to the 13.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one, and David...
Turning it on! Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
They're going to ride this running back.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Looking to throw, it's Balkison. Here's a heat. Blasted as he lets it go. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Trying to escape and get it himself. Got enough space. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And the punishment has been extended. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. How about this dude? He's throwing it like Don Strock or Jim Druckenmiller. He's running it like Tyrod Taylor or doing it all like Michael Vick.
Just showing the whole game, showing the repertoire, and how hard is it to stop a guy like this? I mean, when he can do all these things and stretch you with his feet, stretch you with his arm, that's why he's hard to stop, and that's why he's having himself a day.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
From the gun, the ground game. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but The defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They'll leave it with the lone back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Hokies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game.
There he goes. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
Outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the done.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The Hokies have it with a 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. And the Hokies look to do some damage in the red zone.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day. You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. The Hokies pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Power football with the run. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but like let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but like let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Leaves it with the back. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
On the play.
Yeah, and really good 3rd down situational defense. You know it's 3rd and long. You know the pass play's coming. Defense was ready. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
So how good you feeling right now if you're on offense in this situation? You want to just play conservative? You want to punt it over and let your defense finish out the game? Or do you trust your quarterback to go make a play and win the game right now?
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense. Defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point,
Lost one deep down the right side. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that
Makes the ground up to 30. Running through contact. He goes out of bounds. Big pickup on the play. It'll look nice in the stats column, but probably not enough to make a difference in the game. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side. They've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team,